your tenants are your clients. Like those are your customers. They're literally paying for the service and the product that you provide. Make life good for them, and then they'll treat you right. So
yeah, they'll stay.
I think that's good.
Right? They'll stay as long as they can, until they want to go buy their own place. It goes back to like the original point, but when we talked about vending machines, was the reason real estate's so hard to get into is it's so expensive. When you look at how much you have to put down for a property, if it's your first time, yes, you can get 3%, right? And honestly, that's a great opportunity. But if you're looking to buy like an investment property, there's very few mortgage companies that will give you anything less than 25% down. And on a $255,000 property, which isn't that much, you're putting down close to $70,000 between your down payment and closing costs and other fees. And not a lot of people have just $70,000 cash laying around, right?
Yeah.
So
well, statistically, almost nobody.
Well,
like,
if you think about the
savings rates at an all-time low,
savings rates at an all-time low, credit card debts at an all-time high, right?
Yeah.
It's
so funny to me how, so like your first question, everybody's first question about the vending machine business is, why would anybody sell that? Why wouldn't they just buy a house? Why are they renting? Why wouldn't they just buy? I'm like, you got to think a little bit bigger than just yourself. You're like, some people don't have good credit for whatever reason. Maybe they have a bunch of student loans. Maybe they can't save money. It's expensive to get into a house. And a lot of times renting could be a better option in the short term for them if they don't need to come up with a huge down payment and all this stuff. So we talked about service, right? Landlord-tenant relationship. I think that's important. Improvements, that's a great way to get above market rent. We did the same thing. We pay for security, home security systems, smart home stuff. I pay for the lawn care, bought a washer and dryer for all of our units, like all this stuff that when you put it together, it's like $250, $300 of value for them on a monthly basis, right? That helps me get a better rent number. And then property values. I don't think people follow property values enough. I'll just use one of our houses as an example. We bought a house in 2019 for 335 or 340 grand. It costs us $2,000 a month, principal, interest, tax, insurance. So our payment is $2,000 a month. We get $3,350 in rent. And most people are like, oh my God, why are they paying that? Well, if you were to buy that house today, it would cost you $3,800 because the house is now worth 500 grand and interest rates are at 6.5. You can either rent the same property for $3,350 or you can buy it for a whole bunch of cash up front and $3,800 a month. What's a better deal for the tenant? Renting. So I think anybody that's a landlord or thinking about becoming a landlord, improvements in property value are two things that I'd follow really closely. Same thing goes in the market turns a little bit. If it now becomes cheaper for somebody to buy a house than rent it from you, it's going to be harder to get tenants. People are going to hate me and watching this video. They're going to be like, this is a greedy landlord trying to take everybody's money.
We're not BlackRock, right? Like that's greedy. Buying up entire neighborhoods, increasing the price on all of them. That's greedy. Right? Like that is ruining the American dream. We're trying to live the American dream, right? Like we're doing this to make more money for us and our families and our future, right? Just like anyone else who's an individual would do. Greediness is BlackRock buying entire neighborhoods, increasing, and then selling one property for 400 that they bought for 320. And now every single property in that neighborhood goes up $80,000 and they list them all for sale or they rent them out. Right. That's greedy, but that's corporate greed in a way, but that's a business and it is what it is.
I think the point is though, like the principle of all that to me is we're providing a value to people. That's what capitalism is all about. You provide value and he or she who provides the most value gets compensated as such. Right. And so if you want to make money in this world, you have to provide value. We're doing a form of that with real estate. We're providing a nice place to live, safe, up to date, got all the bells and whistles. That is a product and a service because we keep up with it that people pay for. It's as simple as that.